Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Desiree, licensed hairstylist turned accountant and financial guide to the salon industry. Now, today I'm going to be talking about the sales tax ruling that came down from the Supreme Court last week. What does this mean and how is it going to affect individuals that sell products online? So what it means is that in the past, if you sold retail online, you were not required to collect sales tax from the individuals that were purchasing your products. So for example, I live here in Georgia. So if I was selling products to individuals who lived here in Georgia, I am required by Georgia law to collect sales tax from these individuals and remit the sales tax to the state of Georgia. And that's because I have a Georgia presence, meaning I live in Georgia. On the other hand, if I were to sell products to somebody in, say, Florida, I wasn't required by the state to collect sales tax from that individual and then turn around and remit the sales tax to the state of Florida. And this was because I had no presence in Florida. Having no presence in a particular state means that not only do you not live in that state, but you don't have an actual physical location in that state. Now, if I lived in Georgia, but I had a business, an actual physical location in the state of Florida, and I sold a Florida resident an item, even though I lived in Georgia, I would then be required to collect sales tax for the individual because I have a physical presence in Florida as well as in Georgia. Now, because I don't live in Los Angeles, if I were to sell products to somebody in Los Angeles, I was not required by law to collect sales tax on behalf of California because I had no presence in California. Well, that's all about to change. So with the new law or the new ruling, basically what the Supreme Court is saying is that the states can now force e-commerce retailers to collect sales tax from individuals that purchase items from them online, and then they are required to remit the sales tax to these particular states. Now, what can make this really confusing is the fact that we have about 45, maybe 46 states in the United States that collect sales tax. So you, as a small business owner, are now going to have to register with all the states who decide that they want e-commerce sellers to collect sales tax on their behalf. So let's say, for example, all 45 or 46 states decide, okay, we want e-commerce sellers to start collecting sales tax. That means you, as a small business, you're going to have to register with all 45 states, and that could be quite exhaustive. Now, in addition to that, because every state has the right to create its own laws and its own rules, you might be dealing with 45 different laws or 45 different rules based on the state. So you have to keep up with all of that. Now, my advice, of course, to individuals is don't try this alone and don't try this at home. If you do sell products online, you want to make sure that you contact an accountant that can help you with the setup. Now, I say all that to say this. There's no need for you to panic or do anything right now because this is a brand new ruling. So states have not had a chance to start creating their new rules and regulations as it relates to collection of sales tax. So for those of you that sell products online, including shampoo, conditioners, hair, or whatever it is that you sell, you want to make sure that you get a very clear understanding of how this ruling is going to affect you, because it is going to affect everybody who sells items online. Now, some states may create some type of cap in order to not put this huge burden on small businesses, because it is a huge burden and it can get quite costly in order for you to comply with the new sales tax laws with each state. So what they may do is they may put some type of cap on it and say that if you sell less than, let's say, $100,000, you're not required to collect sales tax. Or if you have less than 200 transactions, you're not necessarily required to collect sales tax. But we don't know what's going to happen. I don't have the information. Nobody has the information. So I don't really know. I can't really tell you exactly what you need to do at this point. But what I will do is I'm going to keep the beauty industry informed by coming on and letting you know every time something changes or whenever a new rule has been put in place by a particular state. So look out for future videos revolving around this particular issue. And once again, my name is Desiree Anderson, accountant to the salon industry and host of Profit and Beauty, a podcast for the salon industry. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great day, everyone.